Everybody. Hi, it's Fray here from MotherWise, and welcome to another webinar or podcast. And today's topic is all about day one postpartum. So that very first 24 hours after you've had a baby. And of course, what we're going to do here is just a very quick sort of 5-minute overview. And if you would like to have the extended version, which is sort of 25-30 minutes delving a lot deeper into the topics, then don't hesitate to come through to our essential basics and join our tribe. And I'll include a link at the bottom of this in one of the comments on this feed. All right, so the main things that you need to be thinking about, or hopefully your health professional is thinking about with you in that first 24 hours postnatally, is an assessment of your well-being, a lot of guidance to do with your breastfeeding, and make sure that you are going to have the ongoing support that you need, and also, of course, assessing your baby. So I'm just going to sort of run over those kind of briefly, and you can have a bit of a pen and paper and a dot point list so you can go over them in a bit more detail with your healthcare professional, be it your midwife or your obstetrician. Typically, it's a midwife at this point particularly. Sometimes you may have assistance from a doula or a lactation consultant. Or maybe it's just your mum. But these are things that you do want to be making sure that somebody is professional, ideally, is assessing these things. So firstly, with you, you need to know with you, and I'm just looking at my list as well, you need to, I don't want to miss anything. So it's a really good idea to have a bit of a debrief about your labour and your birth, how it all went, with the person who is there assisting you with that. So be that your private midwife or your private obstetrician, if that's possible, if you weren't using a hospital shift midwife. But great to have a bit of a debrief and go over it and ask any questions as to why this happened then or why that was done, and make sure that if you've got any little tiny snippets of trauma in there, that you get those addressed straight away and get your questions answered. Okay, your uterine involution, so is on that very first day, your womb, or the fundus of your womb, the top of your womb, will be sitting at about your umbilicus or your belly button. So yes, it's absolutely normal that straight after having a baby you look about 5 months pregnant. Okay, and then that will go, and the size of your womb will reduce down over the next 2 weeks. Okay, so then your breastfeeding, you need to really understand what's going on in that first little bit. So, for the first few days, you are producing colostrum, because a baby has got brand new, never used, utilized, sterile intestines, and full milk is just too much at that stage. So all mammals, doesn't matter if you are a whale or a human or a goat or a mouse, we all get colostrum in those first few days. Okay, and colostrum is often nicknamed by midwives as a liquid gold because it's got a very yellow colour normally. It is not so effective to be expressing using an electric breast pump. The most effective way to express off colostrum is by hand, and just collecting it with a little syringe that doesn't have a needle on it. So it is absolutely normal that your baby in that first 24 hours will do a real combination of some feeds and some recovery sleeps. So babies can do some longer sleeps in those first 24 hours, but then on day 2, tomorrow, you're going to have a day 2 baby who will just want to feed. Okay, so be prepared. Sleep as much as you can in that first 24 hours because you may not get much sleep at all in the following 24 hours. Make sure that you are aware of the things that are an emergency in that postnatal period, and things like basically if you were to spike a fever or you were to start to heavily have a secondary bleed. And then, of course, we've got all the well-being things to do with your baby. And you should, at this stage, be very confident with what that's all about, and the things that you need to be looking out for. And if not, make sure that you're reading my book. Goodness, that will tell you everything that you need. Or certainly be talking to your healthcare or talk to your healthcare person. All right, well, that's everything for today, and we will see you next week. Bye, everybody. See you. Oh, I'm trying to get to, there we go. Bye, everyone.